My name is Lisa. I'm a COVID-19 long hauler, and I am also a yoga teacher and would like to offer you a very simple yoga practice that should be accessible for people who've never done any yoga before. You can see I'm just on a pool towel, so you don't need any special props, just comfortable clothing that allows for freedom of movement. And my hope is that this will feel accessible to you even on your bad days. So what I'm going to show you today would have felt accessible for me personally on all but maybe my worst couple weeks of illness, and I've been sick for over 5 months. So hopefully this is something that's going to work for your body today. We will be on our back with the exception of one time where we'll roll briefly to one side and then briefly to the other side. So we're not standing up, we're not even sitting up. It should be pretty gentle. The number one rule of this and any future yoga practice I offer is to listen to your body. So what you're feeling in your body and your intuitions about your body are more important than anything that I say. So if I'm guiding you into a pose and it doesn't feel good, just back out. If I'm guiding you out of a pose and you are in a state of bliss and don't want to leave it, don't leave it. It's your practice, not mine. So we'll start on our back and finish on our back. You can bend your knees, plant the feet, just get comfortable. Maybe roll the shoulder blades underneath you a little bit so that the heart is open. We'll take one hand to the chest and one to the belly. Now, if the pressure of your hands makes breathing difficult, feel free to adjust accordingly. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes, and we're just going to begin noticing the breath. Feel where your breath is in your body. Maybe the hand that's on your chest rises with your inhale. Maybe that movement happens in your belly instead. Maybe as you deepen your inhale, your hands lift a little more. Something that you can try, if you haven't given it a try already, is to start lengthening your exhale, to practice making your exhale a bit longer than your inhale. I've been doing this since maybe a month into my illness with COVID, and I find that it helps to ease my shortness of breath. It helps to calm anxiety. It helps me feel like I'm getting rid of all that carbon dioxide that builds up. It stimulates the vagus nerve. So again, if your inhale is say 3 or 4 counts long, play with making that exhale 5 or 6 counts long. Now we'll begin with some very gentle movements so the hands can come down to the side, but we're still keeping that attunement to breath. We'll lift the feet, lift the knees, inhale, extend the legs straight up, pressing upward through the heels. If the legs don't straighten completely or it's not comfortable to straighten them completely, there's no need to force it. On the exhale, bend the knees, hug in, curling up into a little ball. Inhale, expand. This time, open the arms like you're spreading your wings. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretching the backs of the legs. The more you press up through the heels, the deeper that stretch. Move with your own breath. Again, maybe playing with lengthening your exhalations. I found when I was really sick and couldn't go for walks or do other active things that simple movements like this felt really comforting and joyful to me because they had a flow to them that I was lacking in my other movements. And yet, this shouldn't require a whole lot of effort. If it does, it might be a nap day or a nap moment. If it's requiring a lot of effort, another option is to just stay in one of these two positions, maybe curled in a ball, maybe extended and opened. Continue to move with your breath. And then the next time we curl up into that ball, we'll hang out there. Take a complete breath. And then bring the hands to the kneecaps. With the hands on the knees, we're going to make some gentle circles. These can be very tiny, moving the knees in tiny circles to massage the sacrum, the low back, the piriformis muscles. You can try bigger circles if your energy and core strength allow for it. Massaging the kidneys, the adrenals. And then we'll switch the direction of our circle, moving the other way. Again, making your circle as big or as small as you'd like. Maybe you can find a little bit of pleasure, enjoyment in that sensation of the low back massaging against the earth. And then we'll find stillness in the center. We'll take the arms out to a T, so out in each direction. Big inhale here. And then exhale, let the knees fall over to your right as you bring your gaze to the left hand. Breathe into this twist. Let the left shoulder sink into the earth. With your next inhale, bring the knees back to center and exhale to the opposite side. Again, we're going to take the gaze to the opposite hand. Rooting down through the right shoulder now and breathing. Inhale back to center. And we'll extend long. Find a full body stretch. The arms reach overhead. The legs reach long. Feeling the full length of your beautiful body. Bend the knees back in. If you'd like, the feet can come wider than hips distance apart. The knees can fall together so that we feel really supported and relaxed here. We'll take the arms out to the sides and then bring the right arm over the left. Allow them to cross over the chest like you're giving yourself a hug. But let the hands just sink down toward the earth. Now it's possible, depending on the flexibility of your shoulders, that your hands won't reach the ground, and that's fine. You might then want to move the elbows closer to the face or away from the face a little to find a position of comfort. And then just settle into this hug, this sort of sloppy, effortless hug for yourself. Again, you might want to play with closing the eyes. And as you breathe, see if you can feel the effects of gravity on your body. Your belly and lungs expand with the inhale, but on your exhale, can you feel yourself sinking into the support of the ground beneath you? Feel gravity gently opening the backs of the shoulders as the hands or arms sink down toward the earth. Staying with the breath and with the sensations in your body. We'll be here for a little more. And then with your next inhale, blink the eyes open. Open the arms like you're spreading your wings. Puff up the chest. Maybe the low back arches a little. And then we'll reverse the cross of the arms. So the left arm comes over right as we find that hug again. Let the back settle back into the earth. Let the eyes shut if that feels good to you. Again, moving the elbows closer to the face or toward the navel as you need to be comfortable. And this time I'm not going to talk much, as an invitation for you to just settle into your own experience of your body. The mind drifts away, invite it back to the breath, to that in and out. Or bring some attention to the feeling of the air against your skin, whether it feels cool or warm, breezy or still. With your next inhale, open the eyes, spread the wings, puff up the heart, let the low back arch just a little bit. And then once again, we're going to find a full body stretch. So reach the arms long, reach the legs long, point the toes, reach through the fingers, expanding energetically in both directions, taking up space on purpose because you are worth it. We'll take the right hand and reach and grab around the left wrist and then scoot the shoulders over to the right side. So we kind of do this dance with the head and the shoulders to get over to our side. Then we'll walk the right foot over to the right, cross the left foot over the right. And so by doing this, I've created a C shape with my body, and I'm getting a big opening through the left side of my body, through the left ribs, the left hip. And again, once we find the place that we're going, we're going to let gravity do its work. So once you find this nice C shape, settle in, allowing gravity to create space in the left side body. Maybe each exhale allows us to sink just a little bit deeper. When you're ready, take an inhale. Bring the legs back to center. Walk the head and shoulders back to center. Find that full body stretch. Wiggle the torso, the hips a little bit if you'd like. And then we're going to do the opposite. So now the left hand grabs around the right wrist. We scooch head and shoulders over to the left. We take the left leg over to the left. The right foot crosses over the left, and our C is now pointing the other way. Gravity is going to allow the right side of the body to open into this. So with each inhale, you might think about really stretching actively through the right side of the body, but on your exhale, sink in, be passive, trusting your body to do the work for you, trusting gravity to do the work for you. Settle in. We'll come back to center. We have 2 more poses for each side of the body, and then we'll just wrap up and sink into a shavasana. I have a sudden rock under my head. So for the next pose, we'll bend the knees, take the left arm out to the left side of your body, and then just let yourself roll over onto your right side, but don't bring that left hand with you. So by leaving that left hand behind us, we're opening the front of the shoulder, the chest, the pec. you can put your right hand wherever it's comfortable. Again, letting gravity do the work for you. Let gravity gently pull back and down on that left hand to open the left side of the chest. And then we'll roll back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So come onto the left side now and let that right arm lag, hanging behind you. You might notice a difference between one side of the body and the other. That's super normal. Noticing those differences or those points of tension with curiosity and compassion rather than judgment. We'll roll back onto our backs. We're going to end with a little hip opener. So the feet are planted about hips distance apart. And we'll lift the right foot, flex the right foot, plant it just above the knee on the thigh. And this already, if you let the right knee fall open, it's going to create a triangle shape here. And you might already have a hip stretch depending on how tight your hips are. For many of us, we're going to need a little more to get any kind of stretch, and that's fine. So we'll lift the left foot if we want more of a stretch. We'll interlace the fingers around the front of the left shin. And then as you pull in with the hands and maintain this triangle shape here, we're going to create a stretch and an opening for the right hip. The more you pull in, the deeper that stretch. If you're very flexible, you can even play with pushing the right elbow against the right knee to deepen that stretch. Wherever we are, let's breathe. Finding those long exhalations. Waking the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms our bodies, allows recovery. One more big breath here. And then release when you're ready. Bringing both feet to the earth. And then lifting the left foot, flexing it, crossing it onto the right thigh. Maybe we again bring that right foot toward us to deepen the opening, interlacing the fingers now around the right shin. Keep that left foot flexed to protect the left knee. And again, if you want more of a stretch, you can play with taking your left elbow and just pressing it against that left knee to press the left knee away from you while drawing the left foot closer. A bigger stretch is not a better stretch necessarily. So find what feels gentle and soothing and appropriate for your body today. Breath, and then we'll allow the feet to come back to the earth. We'll find one more full body stretch, taking up space, feeling the full length of your beautiful and miraculous body, your body which is working so hard and fighting so hard, your body which has its fair share of flaws and challenges, but which is a miracle nonetheless. There's more that's happening right in our bodies right now than wrong. And the fact that we can be here in this stretch is proof of that. The fact that we can be here breathing is proof of that. So find a place that's comfortable for you to relax into shavasana. So traditionally in shavasana, we're just flat on our back. The palms are open. I'll scoot so you can see.
My legs are just open, my feet are falling open. But if you're not comfortable here on your back, you're welcome to lie on your side or on your belly or use pillows to support you. And I'm just going to stay here with you for about 30 seconds. And then if you'd like to stay for longer than that, you can of course do that. So in these first seconds, let's take a little scan of the body, beginning at the feet. Give the toes a little wiggle. Just notice what it feels like to wiggle your toes. And then let the feet grow still and settle. And let that stillness just trickle upward through the shins and calves. Let it swirl upward across the thighs and feel the thighs settle and sink into the support of the earth beneath you. Invite that settling and that softness into the low belly, the pelvis, the back. Feeling that softness spill upwards to the shoulders, throat, the jaw, the spaces around your eyes. Most importantly, invite that softness, that letting go, that sinking into the mind, so that the busyness of our thoughts become a quiet background hum rather than an omnipresent roar. Thoughts will come and thoughts will go. See if you can let them float past like leaves on a stream without jumping into the water to fix them or change them or grab them or hold on to them or chase them away. Just let them flow like leaves on a stream or like your breath. If you're feeling relaxed, I invite you to stay for as long as feels good. And if you're ready to move, or when you're ready to move, let's do so very mindfully and gently, rolling to one side before sitting up. I wish you light and I wish you healing. Namaste.